All right, guys, this is gonna be my final recap for season 2 of Dwarven Realms. We are now on the leaderboards at rank 1, rupture 204 cleared. I could do 209. It would be pretty tight though. I could not do over 209. So the rupture system in this game works in a bracket level where every 10 it basically doubles in HP. For like the difference between 209 and 210 would be double the HP. So I can push 209 right now, but I can't go really much higher. Chow Mein can definitely do 209 as well. Yeah, Chow Mein can definitely do it. Kumbo can probably do it as well. All three of us have been pretty much keeping a similar level of power. Kumbo was the first to kill the new boss. It's a very tough fight. It is very fun, but also very buggy. Hitbox collisions are kind of wonky. It's pretty hard to get used to the collision of the actual rings that expand. And yeah, so I think it's a fun fight, well designed. If you have too much DPS, the rings actually spawn faster and faster and faster until they spawn closer to one another. And then that basically prevents you from surviving unless you're tanky enough to tank the rings, which takes a lot of HP. On my setup, I used a setup which had more than 40k HP, and I am able to take some damage, but it's still very rough. It's still very rough. You have to properly do the mechanics. Love the fight, but I would love to see it be less buggy. It happened to me once that I fell. You can make the boss fall into the lava, and then you fall as well, and you don't die. And you can fight him there, but he takes no damage. But anyway, so at the end of the season, let's go over my gear. This is my helm that I finally used all of my dust. So this is the forager's dust that you can find by fighting Zol. And then you use these forager's dust in the catacombs. So inside of the catacombs, there's going to be a hell forge, which can put this item into, and another item, which is either a yellow or a brown item like this, and it will pick one stat from it. So I got a bunch of armor rolls, I got crit damage, stamina bonus, flat damage, fire damage bonus, so all good stuff. So I'm trying to juice up one item as much as possible to deal more damage. Yeah, so this is basically my ultimate item. I think that what you will want to do is find one item that has like crazy good double monograms and then juice that one up as much as possible, even though it's not for your stand. And that's what happened to me with this one, with the arcane damage and fire damage above crit chance above 100. So that's what I'm doing with this one, because the other pieces of gear in Archeon are going to be easily upgradable as you upgrade the item level, the rupture level in Archeon's cathedral. So my gear is pretty much the same as it was in the last video, except for I believe I didn't have this one. This one's pretty good. Crit damage for every 50 stam, so synergizes very well with this enchantment. And then it also has additional damage per bonus inventory slots. So pretty nice. My amulet, I have a few different amulets that I use. Either I use a 25% regen, I can use the additional potion slot, or I use the extra damage within 5 meters of me of 50%. Depending on the setup I want to use. My pet is at 60%. I got the same bracers as usual. I've got both of my boss damage rings here. If you want to be more tanky, you could use a stamina to HP ring, but boss damage is an insanely good multiplier, and this is your main source of it if you're not using phasing or if you're not majory. I got this relic. I don't really care about it generate twice as much fellowship experience because I'm a solo player, but it's just a really nice item because it's from the Archeon fight. And I've got this item, which I'm not sure I showed in the last video. I found at Zol. It is a Fire Orbs monogram with a Fire Orbs damage roll on it. And this is a Zol weapon. These are the best weapons you can find before... Well, some of the best weapons you can find before setting your eyes on the weapons from Scorch, the new dragon boss, which will have triple the the same monogram for a single offhand and the corresponding damage roll for that offhand on the weapon as well. So those are really, really crazy. You can get up to 7 enchants with those and all 4 of your offense here. So this is what my gear looks like, and my fossil here, we're at 2300 damage bonus already and 2300 armor damage bonus already. Yeah, this is what my gear looks like. So let's come back here. This is my passive tree. Obviously I would love to have these nodes here. I did not do any more Catacombs level 2. So since my last video, this has not been updated, but this is my passive tree. My Elven Capital, people have asked me, what do I put in my Elven Capital? So when I do my Elven Capital runs, I unspec everything. I just put the minor nodes here, and then I put everything else into the digging deeper. But when I'm not running Elven Capital, I just respec, and then I spec into... This time I decided to spec into all the nodes except this one and these two, and pump the rest into damage. Obviously, except the experience, armor, and digging deeper, right? I just went for more flat damage. The cards that I have at the moment are the energy regen damage. So this is kind of a bad card. I have fire damage bonus and armor. Eventually, you will cap this one out. Although for me, it's not much needed. But armor is nice in the end game when you can get access to something like a monogram either on your helm or bracers that converts your armor to critical strike damage. So that could be nice with this, right? Health regen bonus, very good card. Stamina, boss damage and damage. So these are just like same cards that I had the last time. All the stamina cards, the regen card, boss damage and damage. And yeah, that's essentially what you're trying to do. I think if someone plays the entire season, you'll get to, like, especially this season, you'll get to rupture, I don't know, 300, maybe 350, maybe higher, maybe 400, who knows. If you're very dedicated, you could get extremely high rupture numbers. We still don't know what is the best offhand to use. Nobody has ran the math. I ran the math last season for the DPS for each skill. This season, it's much harder to tell because they did so many changes. And nobody really runs the math for DPS relative to to a different skill. So early on, Fire Orbs feel very, very good. So I would say Fire Orb is definitely top tier for anyone starting the game. So yeah, that is pretty much my season. I'm going to be playing Path of Exile 2 starting on December 6th. I mean, we're probably going to be talking about it on stream as well. So you can find me on twitch.tv/BinaQC. And we're going to be blasting Path of Exile like crazy. Path of Exile 2, we are all excited. I have very high expectations for it. Only since the release, because I went into... I started off with very, very low expectations to not be disappointed. And oh my, did the release not disappoint. So we're going to be expect way more content for Path of Exile in the near future. And if you enjoy Dwarven Realms, feel free to subscribe, as I will continue updating these videos as new seasons get released, and I'll always cover Dwarven Realms in the down season of Path of Exile. So that is it for today, guys. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.